From the Jeannie Hayes Virtual Studio, this is Marquette Now.
Good evening, I'm Jack Phillips.
And I'm Bridget Fogarty.
Normally you'll know a police officer when you see them because they're in uniform.
But one new face in MUPD is doing things a bit differently.
Sonia Solani has the story.
When Chief Edith Hudson first joined MUPD, she roamed around Marquette's campus without a uniform on. The community had no idea who she was.
I was viewed differently as I walk around the campus before I had the uniform than now. So it's been interesting. Yeah. I'm enjoying it.
Hudson worked at the Milwaukee Police Department for over 20 years before taking on her new role in December 2018. Since then, she has been observing the department's strengths and weaknesses.
I'm still in the process of performing an evaluation of what the university, what the students, faculty, staff, what they need from MUPD.
Captain Jeff Cran said that he is very pleased with the progress Chief Hudson has made so far.
I've been very impressed so far. She's come forward with some ideas that we hadn't thought of. So it's nice to get just a different set of eyes looking at the department.
Hudson said she is embracing the role of being a woman of color in such a high position.
As a woman of color, what I do really reflects upon everybody who's in those same categories or groups that I'm in. So I work very, very hard to make sure that I'm a good role model.
Student Carlos Gonzalez thinks that her role as chief can be inspiring to others.
I think it's very important for our community, especially as she interacts with, college students.
From MUPD, I'm Sonia Savani, Marquette Wire News.
MUPD is hosting 3 active shooter training sessions starting this week. The session will discuss history, mindset of shooters, and response options. Thursday's session starts at 4 p.m. in the AMU, room 305, and is open to all.
MUPD is taking other measures to make sure students are safe. Alex Milbrath gives us an inside look.
Okay, now harder.
This may not be your typical MMA class.
Nice punch.
But it could still be the difference between life and death.
And it's the most devastating is the palm heel.
It's not just self-defense to show self-defense that you could be in a situation and you have to do what it takes. But I really like getting people to basically hit the bag as hard as they can, just to show that even if they've never hit anything before, one of those moves would do something to stop somebody from attacking if needed.
Good strike.
The Marquette University Police Department has been holding free self-defense classes once a month since the beginning of the school year. Instructors like Officer Andrew Huber continue to see the course's growing interest, with Monday's course setting a new participant high with 17 total people in attendance. And for good reason, no matter.
You're always vulnerable, especially in a city like Milwaukee and any big city. There's people everywhere and you don't know what kinds of intentions they have, or anyone, even students. So I feel like it's always good to just have some kind of baseline idea of how to protect yourself in a situation.
Despite the numerous amounts of safety precautions located on Marquette's campus, Officer Huber hopes to one day see these self-defense sessions at freshman orientation, but a large increase in participation is still a great start. Reporting from the Alumni Memorial Union, I'm Alex Milbrath, Marquette Wire News.
Good job. Jeez. Good job.
The course welcomes both male and female participants. There are 2 classes left, one on March 26th and the other on April 15th. Look for registration information on the Marquette website.
Women's Innovation Network hosts different events for women in the college. The network hosted a Women in STEM luncheon. Participants talked about challenges faced by women in STEM, skills employers seek, and how to be marketable to employers.
President Michael Lovell hosted a diversity panel to discuss race and society. Journalist Soledad O'Brien was the keynote speaker. At the event, student and faculty also participated. The panel discussed diversity and equity at Marquette.
A play by a Marquette student is going to perform in front of the Racial Equity in Milwaukee County's Justice System Conference. Students will perform the play White Privilege to a group of Milwaukee County judges, district attorneys, and public defenders. White Privilege is a nationally recognized play written by junior Milena Moore. Organizers actually rescheduled the Racial Equity Conference so that the students could perform the play.
An open conversation about race is also taking place at the dental school. Historians and speakers discussed how the open housing marches still affect Milwaukee to this day. With a series of spoken words and a performance from gospel choir, the dental school recognized African American culture both in the school and in Milwaukee.
The wind isn't the only thing on campus blowing students away.
Sarah Lipo has the story.
On Marquette's campus, Wisconsin Avenue is never quiet. As cars rush down the busy street, the Varsity Theater is often filled with a different type of noise. The Wind Ensemble is a competitive band, as they play more complicated pieces, and there's an audition process.
They're all here because they want to play. They seek out this group, they seek out the band program to continue playing their instrument here in college as a passion and a hobby, and it becomes their social circle and their circle of friends while they're in the program as well.
Students say they find a home in the Varsity Theater.
I joined because freshman year was scary, and immediately I was amazed by how much of a family it is. And you can be as involved or not involved as you want to be, and no matter what, you're always part of it.
For junior Heidi Sether and freshman Noah Broski, the band offered them a sense of belonging at Marquette.
It's a really welcoming community, and a lot of people are a lot of fun together. The group meshes really well.
Amy Lepp's mother came all the way from Seattle for the concert on Sunday.
And it's not just her concert, but it's her birthday.
From the Varsity Theater, I'm Sarah Lipo, Marquette Wire News.
Marquette now has $500,000 to spend on its students. Give MU Day was a success, with almost 2,000 donors giving to the university. The donations will be used to support student scholarships, academics, and athletics.
A renowned journalist speaks to Marquette students about working in the field. Soledad O'Brien has worked on news organizations such as CNN and HBO. She shared her words of wisdom at Johnson Hall yesterday.
Journalism is about service and about calling things as they are and saying things as they are and being unvarnished in the truth of situations. I think there's just a lot of ways to kind of get to what you want to do. Part of what you have to do is be very honest with yourself of what do you really want to do? And is it really for you? Because it's pretty miserable doing something that is just not something you're passionate about. And even to this day, I think I'm navigating okay, what do I still want to do? Every time you take a show, every time you take an assignment, what do you want to do? How are you going to be the person in this particular role? Even when we started doing Matter of Fact, what do I bring to this show that's different than somebody else? And what's the person that I am in this particular show? It's a question that doesn't ever really go away.
Now, there are some talented musicians on this campus, and some of them performed at the Sports Annex.
Don't go anywhere. We'll hear more about that after the break.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. Kevin, I need that back. No. Kevin!
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Each semester, Marquette University Radio hosts several events showcasing both students and Milwaukee-based bands.
Now, last Thursday night, Battle of the Bands took place in the Sports Annex. Jenna Thompson has the story.
6 bands performed last week at Marquette University Radio's Battle of the Bands competition. The competition included Milwaukee-based bands new to Marquette's campus.
I mean, we've been up to Appleton and down to Racine, so just not much on the college circuit yet.
For the Chris Heisey Band, Battle of the Bands is just another opportunity to play together, despite the competition aspect of the night.
I really don't like competitions anymore. It just seems whatever. But this was fine. This was enough. 6 bands. We had to go through a video selection process. So I was all right with like submitting the video, because if we didn't get picked, I'd be like, whatever. And we got some kind of validation just by being asked to be here. So no, I just came in, wanted to play well. Quick set.
The competition was a great way for newer student bands to publicize their music. Joe Arduini is a senior at Marquette and the lead guitarist for the band Sycamore.
Officially, we have done 2 before tonight. Yeah, we played here at, I don't remember what the event was, but it was here in the Annex a few months ago, before winter break. And then we played last night on MU Lately.
For both new and experienced musicians alike, Battle of the Bands proved to be a fun time for all.
I think it's like the synergy between all of us, because I make a lot of music on my own, and while that's a lot of fun because I get to write and I work at my own pace and everything, it's really cool to work with other people.
From the Annex, I'm Jenna Thompson, Marquette Wire News.
The first 25 employees who fill out a form from Marquette's Employee Wellness can earn a Virgin Plus fitness tracker that operates on a point system. Employees can earn points by engaging in activities at Marquette University or on the Pulse portal.
The philosophy department hosts an annual Aquinas lecture. This year, the University of Pittsburgh's Professor Robert Brandom delivered a lecture Sunday, February 24th. The lecture was free and open to the public.
Marquette is continuing its efforts towards diversity and inclusion with Café Con Leche, an opportunity for students to converse in Spanish over coffee and snacks. The event is held every other Wednesday from 11 a.m. to noon in the Office of Intercultural Engagement. It is open to people of all levels of Spanish proficiency. The next Café Con Leche event is March 6th.
Marquette for Life is providing care for pregnant women in the Milwaukee area. They created baby boxes with items for new mothers.
So by putting our efforts into building up these pregnancy centers that help women just in any way that they can is a really big part of being pro-life, what it means to really serve others and show that compassion.
Milwaukee's super segregated, as we know, so I personally think it's just so important for Marquette to use its power and its affluent nature to kind of help the areas around us.
Students are so passionate about doing service and doing service right here in our own neighborhood because we know that there's a need and there's plenty of women who are in need of help and resources. So keeping it local is very important to our mission.
Well, Jack, spring break's right around the corner, but it doesn't seem like it's warming up in Milwaukee.
And you know what the weirdest part is? The fact that it's literally 2 days away from being March and it still feels like the dead of winter. But luckily, we have Caitlin Bross here for a weather update.
Yeah, let's see if I can clear a few things up for you guys. Right now in Milwaukee, it is currently 19 degrees. And if you've been outside at all today, you know there is a huge wind tunnel running down Wisconsin with winds coming in from the northwest at 12 miles per hour. Let's take a look over all of the state of Wisconsin going into tonight. Up north in Superior, it is going to be -1 degrees. In the middle of the state, in Wausau, -7. Over in Green Bay, -2. But lucky for us in Milwaukee, it's the warmest at 8 degrees. As we head into tomorrow, things start warming up a little bit. Up north in Superior at 23 degrees. Wausau, 20 degrees. Madison, 25 degrees. And lucky for us, again, 27 here in Milwaukee. As we head into tonight, we're going to hit 8 degrees, and it's going to be a little bit humid outside, but hopefully the winds are going to die down just a little bit. As we head into tomorrow, we're going to reach a high of 27 degrees, and it's going to be a bit humid outside, so be on the lookout for that. Let's look at the 5-day forecast. Luckily, on Tuesday, it's finally going to be sunny, but until then, we're going to have to deal with partly cloudy skies. Not the best weekend of weather here in Milwaukee. On Friday, though, it's going to be a little bit warmer with 20 degrees, actually a 30-degree high. As we head into Saturday, it's going to be a 27-degree high. And into next week, it's going to get a little bit colder with 12 degrees on Sunday, 9 degrees on Monday, and 13 and sunny on Tuesday. That's all I have for weather. We'll see you here after the break.
Hey! There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go! What you picking up on, bud?
It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that? This one? No. Were you texting and driving again? Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Welcome back to Marquette Now. I'm Zoe Comerford with your Marquette Sports Update. Tonight, the men's basketball team has a chance to clinch the 2019 Big East regular season title. More on that in a bit. Let's focus on the team that is the champion, women's basketball. After head coach Carolyn Keeger and her number 13 ranked Golden Eagles victory senior day against Xavier, the team won its second consecutive Big East regular season title. They ensured a first seed for the Big East tournament starting March 10th, but that accolade came with a price. Friday against Butler, senior forward Erica Davenport suffered a season-ending knee injury in the third quarter. She is the only women's player to have 1,494 career points and 1,041 career rebounds. Following the injury, the Golden Eagles couldn't shift the momentum, falling to the Butler Bulldogs 61-57. Jack Phillips was on hand to recap the action.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. The Butler Bulldogs' tenacious offensive rebounding as well as overall impressive composure throughout Friday night's game knocks Marquette off at home for the squad's first home loss since losing to then number 2 Notre Dame on December 22nd, exactly 2 months ago.
Terrible. I thought we were very stagnant. I don't think we listened very well. We didn't make adjustments. We weren't a senior-led team tonight. I thought we played very immature, and I got to do better. They got to do better. Everybody's got to lock in right now.
The timing for this loss couldn't be worse for the Golden Eagles, with senior forward Erica Davenport suffering an undisclosed injury just 2 days before senior day in the Al McGuire Center. With Xavier coming into Milwaukee Sunday afternoon, Marquette will have to pick up the pieces from Friday's loss if the team hopes to finish their final regular season home match with a win.
Clearly a lot, because our guards couldn't find any room to react, but we got to play better against a zone. We just have to. We just talked about that, as we can't let a team slow us down. We had 10 points in transition. 10. So that tells me two things. We're not working hard enough, and we don't want it bad enough.
Reporting from the Al McGuire Center, I'm Jack Phillips, Marquette Wire Sports.
For Senior Day Sunday, Marquette sealed the #1 seed for the Big East tournament at Wintrust Arena beginning March 10th. With the 79-53 victory, the Golden Eagles clinched their second consecutive Big East regular season title. Dan Avington was at the Owl to reflect on Senior Day.
On Sunday, the Marquette women's basketball team had a lot to celebrate. Not only did the team clinch a share of the regular season Big East title, they also got to recognize their 6 seniors on Senior Day. Danielle King, Sadra Daly, Amani Wilborn, Natisha Heidemann, Alizea Blockton, and Erica Davenport were all honored in a post-game ceremony after their 79-53 victory over Xavier. But that won't be the only celebration for the seniors.
It's been really unique. We asked them how they wanted it to go, and they said they wanted the biggest celebration to be at the banquet after, we hopefully do some big-time damage in March. And that just speaks for who they are as competitors, who they are as teammates. So we're going to honor them this night, but really we're going to celebrate them, and we're going to, do our big celebration on the banquet night.
Here are some eye-opening accomplishments made by this senior class. King, Wilborn, Davenport, Heidemann, and Blockton have all scored over 1,000 points in their careers. Davenport is one of 4 players to have 1,000 rebounds and 1,000 points, and Blockton is the only Marquette basketball player, male or female, to score 2,000 points in a career. It was Blockton and Heidemann once again leading the team over the Xavier Musketeers. They combined for 37 points, and both had double-doubles.
Well, I thought Alizea and Natisha Heidemann, they both had double-doubles, and we challenged everybody to rebound the ball after Erica went down, and I thought those two responded, phenomenally there with grabbing those boards.
Even after clinching, Heidemann and the rest of the team know there is more work to be done.
I think we still have a lot to accomplish, so hopefully when I'm done at Marquette and look back, I can be satisfied. Right now, I feel like we're still hungry to do more, so we're not satisfied yet, but hopefully when we look back, we'll be able to be satisfied.
From the Al McGuire Center, alongside Shane Hogan, I'm Dan Evans, Marquette Wire Sports.
Kier's team dropped to an NCAA number 13 ranking at 23-5 on the season. Marquette still sits at the top of the Big East with a 14-2 record in conference. The team travels to Creighton Friday at 7 p.m. and Providence at 12 p.m. Sunday to finish out the regular season. Men's basketball came off a week break to beat the Providence Friars 76-58 Saturday afternoon. Sam Hauser tallied a double-double with 18 points and 13 rebounds. Hauser tied with Sakar Annam for a team-high 18 points apiece. The Golden Eagles led by 11 points at halftime and continued their efficiency after the break. Marquette shot 54% in the second half, Annam going 8 for 12 and Hauser going 7 for 10 from the floor. 5 Golden Eagles ended in double figures. Providence's Alpha Diallo led all scorers with 19 points. The Friars struggled early, shooting just 28% in the first 20 minutes. After half, the team shot 50% in the second. Marquette has an overall 23-4 record and are 12-2 in Big East play. The number 10 ranked Golden Eagles are in sole possession of the Big East. Tonight is a crucial game as Wojciechowski's team plays at Villanova in about 45 minutes. If Marquette wins, the Golden Eagles will clinch the 2019 Big East regular season title. Number 19 men's lacrosse looks to rebound after the team's first loss against Detroit Mercy Saturday afternoon. Despite a career-high 5 goals from junior Peter Henkhaus, the Golden Eagles still suffered a 15-12 loss at home. Marquette went down 6-1 early in the second quarter and was 7-3 at halftime. Detroit Mercy scored 4 goals at half to lead by 9 goals. Here's what head coach Joe Amplo had to say about his team's performance Saturday.
Congrats to Detroit. They handled us from the moment the game started. So they did a great job. Their staff prepared their team better than we did, and their kids certainly outperformed us.
The number 19 ranked Golden Eagles played number 11 Ohio State University in Dallas at the Patriot Cup Saturday afternoon. The women's lacrosse is trying to keep up its 2-game winning streak alive after the team's come from behind win against Kennesaw State Saturday. The Golden Eagles entered half down 10-6 due to the Owls making all 6 of their free position shots. Marquette scored 10 of the final 11 goals to defeat Kennesaw State 19-5. Head coach Meredith Black said she was proud of her team, who scored 8 unanswered goals. 4 senior players scored hat tricks. Grace Gabriel recorded 6 goals, graduate student Charlotte McGuire and senior Lindsay Wilcox had 4 apiece. Senior Kate Sacadato finished with 3 goals. Junior Juliana Horning struggled in the goal, giving up 10 goals. When sophomore Sophia Leva came in with 1 minute remaining in the first half, she recorded her season-high 6 saves in the second. Marquette is 3-2 on the season. The Golden Eagles, who are on a 7-game road stretch, will travel to Ohio State Friday. The game is slated for 12 p.m. The track and field programs are celebrating after placing in the top 3 in the Big East Indoor Championships. For both teams, the men finished second and the women finished third. Redshirt senior Will Wolf won his first Big East title in the men's triple jump with a leap of 14.67 meters. Junior Daniel Armstrong claimed his 3rd career Big East crown, winning the high jump. He will be competing in Birmingham, Alabama, March 8th and 9th in the NCAA Indoor Championships. The Golden Eagles now spend their time on outdoor season. The next competition for track and field is in Orlando, Florida, March 5th and 6th. Both tennis teams had busy weekends traveling. Men's tennis went 1-1 on the weekend, losing to University of Utah 6-1 Saturday and shutting out the University of Montana Sunday in Salt Lake City. They sit at 6-5 on the season and host DePaul Saturday at 7 p.m. Women's tennis finished 1-1 on the weekend after falling at Michigan State University 6-1 Friday and beating Dartmouth College 6-1 Saturday. They sit at a 6-4 record on the season and play against Creighton Saturday at 9 a.m. and University of Nebraska at Omaha Saturday at 4 p.m. in Omaha. That's all I have for sports. Don't go anywhere. Donna Sarkar will be right back with Down to the Wire.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
On Down to the Wire tonight, we learn more about the MUPD self-defense class.
Over to the newsroom with Donna Sarkar and Molly Glowacki.
Thanks, Jack and Bridget. Welcome to tonight's edition of Down to the Wire. I'm Donna Sarkar, and I have Molly here with me today to talk about MUPD self-defense classes. Hey, Molly. How's it going?
Good, I'm doing good.
Good, good. So first off, tell us a little bit about these self-defense classes. What do they consist of?
Sure, yeah. The classes kind of cover a bunch of different skills. So there's just like your basic like safety and like awareness tips of like what's going on in your surroundings that they're going to teach, and then also verbal skills. So if you just like feel unsafe about like someone in a situation, like what to say, how to get people's attention. And then like if verbal skills don't work and things escalate, obviously like the cool stuff like the kicking and punching they're going to teach you.
Sure, that's awesome. And it's good that Marquette students get the opportunity to do this. So why exactly did MUPD decide to start these classes?
They decided to start it just to make students feel more safe on campus and be able to like do something in a unsafe situation and be able to handle themselves if like someone's not nearby or know what to do in order to get help.
Okay, and is there a specific audience that MUPD is trying to target?
I would say students, just because like we're kind of out on campus late at night, like walking back from the library from studying and things like that. And sometimes like we're walking alone and things like that. So it helps to know like all these different skills.
Sure. And I know that there was a last class last week Monday. So what did students have to say about these classes? Were they excited to go?
Yeah, it seemed like students were excited, like interested in it, like they had heard about it. Like I was talking to a couple of my friends, just like casually, like they didn't know I was writing this article. And they were really excited to go to it, and they thought like it was a good skill to learn, especially like for female students on campus.
Sure. And does MUPD have other features that it wants to promote in the future, or something else it wants to do with these classes?
I would say that they're kind of trying to stress like the different resources that students can use, so they like know about it just in case. So like the blue light phones around campus, getting a limo when you're walking alone at night. Also the Eagle Eye app, which is something like newer that they've introduced. So trying to get people to use those things so they feel safer.
Sure. Well, thanks for being here tonight, Molly. That's all the time we have tonight. So back to you, Jack and Bridget.
Well, that's all we have for Marquette Now. I'm Bridget Fogarty.
And I'm Jack Phillips. Good night, Marquette.